Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about a topic that I know is a big challenge for a lot of therapists, and that is the topic of money. Specifically, we'll be talking about investing money back into your business and specifically into your marketing. So if you feel like you're getting stuck on this, stick around and let's talk. Today, my guest is Tiffany McLain. Tiffany is the founder of HeyTiffany.com, where she helps private practice therapists stick to their full fee, stop drowning in anxiety, and earn more while working less. Tiffany is also a therapist in private practice and also a columnist for SF Weekly, Psyched in San Francisco, and Psych Central Pro. Today, Tiffany and I discuss overcoming marketing investment fears. We discuss some of the money shames and fears that come up for therapists. More specifically, the money fears that come up when it comes to investing into marketing services and assets, the shifts that need to happen for therapists to be able to invest in marketing comfortably, some cool success stories of therapists that have made the leap into investing in their marketing, and one thing that you can do right now to take a step towards overcoming your fear and investing in your marketing. Let's talk.
Hey Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Kat.
Hi. So, you talk a lot about money shame, and I wanted to know what are some of the shames and fears that come up when it comes to money in private practice?
There are tons, but I'll talk about three of the primary ones that come up all the time. The first is probably a sense of guilt. Like even therapists having the desire for money, and even more so around expressing the desire to make a good living, especially amongst us therapists. We kind of have this community where we really reinforce the helping side, and we kind of shame each other actually for the desire of money side. And so that's both something that therapists experience personally, and it's something that we kind of hear from our colleagues sometimes as well. Uh, the second thing is this one was actually interesting, and it was something that I was surprised to find and took a little time to identify, maybe because it's personal, which is something around at a deep level. A lot of therapists have an identification with kind of a poverty mindset or a being the underdog or being on the outside. And so a lot of us come from situations where we maybe felt helpless or out of control. And so we become therapists to support other people in ways that we weren't supported. However, when it comes to our businesses, it's actually a really empowering place to be, and there's no cap on our financial possibilities in that. But in stepping into that, that means we actually have to let go of some identification with being helpless or out of control. And with that is a lot of mourning. So it's a process that therapists definitely have to go through if they want to really thrive in their businesses. Um, the last one I'll talk about is a scarcity mindset, which comes from just outright terror about our future. So we often don't know where our money's going to come from, or even if we have a steady client stream where we're doing okay, we still have a fear of like it could run out, or somehow I could be. Can I swear on this show?
Yes.
Okay, suddenly I could be up shit creek without a paddle. And so there's a lot of just outright terror about holding on to our money and fears that we might not have anymore, so we better just keep all we can. So those are three that really come up a lot when I talk with therapists about this.
Yeah, those are big ones. And I mean, I love how I've seen a lot of your content around this, and I feel like you always have this way of just breaking it down, because I feel like when you're in that position of like having those money shame blocks or having those other types of money blocks, you can easily get into a place where it just is so confusing and overwhelming, and it's hard to like
Right.
weed through.
And we don't know what's what, and we don't quite know, especially when it comes to money, which has to do with our fundamental security. We don't know if we can actually trust other people to be giving us good information, or whether, there's someone else who we have to be skeptical of. So there's lots of confusion around this issue.
And they also have their own money stuff.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man.
So when it comes to more specifically talking about making investments,
Mm.
maybe making investments into stuff like printed materials, design services, websites, SEO, like just different marketing tasks that might come up in a private practice. Um, do you see there being any resistance to that kind of investment in in oneself and in putting oneself out there?
Yes, I think it ties in actually to some of the things we were just talking about. This one of the things actually, if we're gonna, I'm into psychoanalytic thinking, so I'm gonna do a little psychoanalysis, but it's gonna be fun. Don't worry about it, guys. Um, if we have an identification with, if we grow up maybe with a lower income, lower SES, or maybe even poverty, one of the messages we receive and that we internalize is not having money is humble and good and really fighting for the better thing. And then the people who have money are scammers and crooks, kind of like that's the man and they're going to take from us. So part of what we have inside of us, a lot of us, is this feeling of um, other people are out to get us. So the scarcity, we don't know where money's going to come from. This zero sum game mentality. There are a limited number of resources. So if we invest in something, someone else is gaining and we're losing. So
Uh,
with this kind of zero sum game, we have fears around are other people really going to help us, or are they just trying to steal from us or scam us? That's
right, so
one
that would be like
concept.
trying, like paying the designer or paying someone to do
Yeah.
your SEO. You would be scared. You would be skeptical that they're gonna do what they're gonna say that they're gonna do.
Yeah, you don't know if are they really going to help, or are they just going to, like I said, take something grubby, money greedy, kind of this kind of thinking. Uh,
Yeah, you're gonna pay them and they're gonna just leave.
Yeah,
Or
or even
yeah.
do a kind of a bad job, or a lot of therapists
Mm.
actually do kind of this bargain shopping thing, which is interesting because as therapists, a lot of folks struggle with our own value and charging our own fees, and so when we can't actually own our value, we also look for other people. We actually end up being the person on the other side who's looking to have people negotiate their prices down or get the cheapest thing. And when we ask for the cheapest thing, we often don't get quality. So we're reinforcing our own value being low by accepting low fees, and then we're looking for other people to kind of take down or not hold their value as well. So it just goes round and round.
That's so amazing. I mean, to
Yeah.
think about how that kind of feeds into this culture that we are in, like a greater culture. I mean, not only just in private practice, but our world where, we're not valuing our services, and a lot of us are probably in that place of not charging what we're worth, and that would actually include designers
Mhm.
and
Uh-huh.
other people that might help you with your marketing assets in your private practice.
That's right. That's one of the things I really respect about you, and something I learned from you is, really being aware of what you're doing and how much you're actually adding value to somebody else, and then being able to hold to that. That is something that we can all learn from. One more thing I'll say in terms of this identification piece is this a therapist, often we didn't grow up with education around money or learning about investment. And so a lot of us also don't trust our ability to decipher who are actually going to do good work. And if we take this little bit of money and invest it, that's both an investment in our business, but in some way it's an investment in ourselves. And if we don't trust ourselves to make good decisions, if we don't trust the idea that we can actually take this little thing and through our own efforts create more out of it, then it's really hard to take our money and put it somewhere. So we actually just hold on to it and keep it tight, which actually doesn't allow for growth personally or professionally.
Yeah, that's incredible observation because I feel like that is exactly what's happening for so many people. Like not having faith in your own abilities
Yes.
would be like a huge barrier to not to investing in what is ultimately investing in yourself.
Right. That's right.
So, how do you overcome this stuff? Like, are there ways that we can work through money stuff? Is there like a formula or like, yeah, how help?
I say to everyone, of course, like go to your own therapy, keep doing your own therapy. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing I say.
Yeah.
And I'll even add with that, oftentimes, so often, I mean, not all of us can pay our full fee to our therapists, but I think a lot of us actually find ways to even bargain our own therapists down more, or ask for cuts so that we can maybe buy our extra lattes, or So I think there's something really important about actually going first, taking the chance to actually invest in something and appreciate and almost like revel in giving your money away to someone else, and then working with them to see your opportunities grow. So, in terms of the step by step, one, keep getting your own therapy, work it through, but two, take action. Actually look around for places to invest your money or your time, not for someone else's vision, but for your own vision. Like you're saying, SEO, business design, paying a consultant or a coach to help you with your business strategy. Taking the leap to do that, actually you'll start seeing returns in terms of your own growth. And then you'll also actually value yourself more and be able to charge more premium prices and value your own time.
Yeah, totally. That's amazing. And it makes me hopeful that there is a way to like through it, because it feels like very big and as I said earlier, like hard to determine like where exactly things are getting stuck and probably hard to just to self-identify like what those stuck points are. Um, you've been working kind of in this money mindset space for a while. Do you have any stories of therapists that have been able to work through this stuff and how did they do it? What did they find to be super helpful with it? Do you have
Mm-hmm.
any
Mm-hmm.
comments on that?
I do. I actually have. So I'm taking my first set of students through a beta program, a
Ooh.
90-day program, which is super fun. They're just blowing my mind. They're doing exceptional work, and so I'm super excited to watch them grow. One of them, so it's not around money specifically, but of course, any work we do, the money stuff comes up. I have one student who I went to teach her a class last week. She asked me to come and talk about private practice to her students, and she introduced me by telling a story which I had not heard before, and it was a surprise to me, which was when she first found out about me, Hey Tiffany, and my materials and all that, her initial response was like she dismissed it and she was skeptical, and her thought were all these things. Tiffany's a scammer, out to get money, grubby, that kind of thing. But one of the things I talk about all the time is whenever we want to blame or attack or go after something else, I always say, take that pointy finger and point it back at yourself. And she was someone who could actually take that in and listen. And she said, oh, why is my first response to attack or go after this thing and not actually to be curious about it? And by having that mindset, cultivating that mindset, she actually started thinking about her own identification. She's, the daughter of a blue collar worker. She's someone who's really into social activism and social justice. And I think by actually noticing those identifications and then also seeing me, someone who's similar, very similar background, lower SES, my dad's from the projects. I really care about social justice issues, especially in the African American community. She actually took these things that she thought she split apart as opposites and actually saw that they could exist together. She joined my first program and now she's just killing it. I got a text from her today. She's at a major tech company talking to potential clients who could be, therapy clients or workshop clients, and she's just making it happen. And so that ability to actually, anytime you're being triggered around, blaming or shaming or pointing out someone as bad, that's the moment when you step back and say, wait, what does this have to do about me? And that's the opportunity for growth.
Yeah. Yeah. So just staying conscious of what's happening. I mean, I could even see something like journaling being a good exercise for this, just to build that self-awareness about like what's going on. I often do that in
Good,
my own life,
good.
just like write things out, it's like gets it out of your head.
Yeah, and you can actually look at it outside of the feelings only. You can actually apply both thinking and feeling together in that space.
Yeah, totally.
Huh.
Do you have any, I mean, one thing that I love about you is that you often will say, oh, this is also something that I've been struggling with, or like how you just gave examples of, you came from a blue collar family and some of your background. Is there something that you've done that has helped you with your money mindset stuff?
For sure. I think even this thing I'm talking about taking the leap to invest in something. So for me personally, I have a video people can sign up for on my website, this Fear to Freedom course. And in that course, I talk about my own dad's mindset. Again, he came from the projects, lots of violence. My mom came from like a farm town in Oregon. One of his experiences was she rode horses or something. Um, he kind of, being an African American man in the projects in America, you definitely have the sense, and I think it's the reality of experience. there has to be a sense of get what you can. Other people are out there to kind of take advantage of you. That definitely is an experience. And so that's something that even though I was not raised in that environment, it was kind of this wary look out for people who are trying to take advantage of you. People are always trying to take advantage of you. That's kind of a mindset. So whenever I would see programs offered or potential marketing courses offered, I would say like, I'll just do the research on my own. I don't need that person to help me. I'll just buckle down and really work hard and do it myself. At some point, I realized if I want to be able to really help people in this way, I actually have to know what it feels like to invest my hard-earned money in someone else, and trust that they have something to teach me, and or trust that if they don't have something to teach me, I can get out of it and trust my own mind enough to say, look, okay, let me take this chance and see what happens. And so I actually did. That's how I started Hey Tiffany. I stepped back and I took a business course from a non-therapist, and through just investing that money into that program, I actually both one learned, oh, people are actually not out there to scam. They're trying to teach you, and in order to teach you, they need to have money and resources to make that happen. I've learned so much from that, and then it's also that very quickly allowed me to say, oh, my time is also valuable. I'm investing money in learning, which actually makes me have something to offer. And so just taking that leap, having enough faith, even before I knew, I was like, I have to take this leap of faith in order to see what's on the other side. So that was a time that I had to experience that for myself too.
That's amazing. And it's also cool because it was like a lesson within a lesson. You were investing in the course, and through investing in the course, you also discovered more about what it means to invest and what it means for other people to invest in you.
That's right. Yep. Yep. And then and to that end, I put out my first, like I said, my first 90-day course. So it actually allowed me to do things and create value for other people. And now these other four people are killing it because I'm able to take that risk back then to invest in something else bigger than me.
Yeah, so it like snowballs down the hill. Everything
Yeah,
just gets bigger and better as it goes.
it's true. It's true.
So, what could someone watching this today, what could they do as like one small step to get started towards money, like working on their money mindset or maybe consciousness about what's going on for them?
Hmm. I would say, this money stuff is all tied back into issues around, like we talked about, valuing oneself and also trusting other people. And so I would say something even as small as finding someone who is in this realm of SEO or marketing or design, and signing up for their email list. It's a tiny way to say, like, okay, there's someone else who has something to offer me. I mean, there's, Melissa Hall has a note writing package, Allison Purrier, Agnes Wayman. There are so many people out there doing really cool things. You'd be surprised how many times therapists, often even marketing consultants, offer, actually SEO, all kinds of people, a free consultation, a 30-minute free consultation. How many therapists don't even take them up on a free thing because they're afraid of what might happen if you take someone? I say sign up for the email list and take someone up on a free consultation. The best thing that could happen is you learn tons, and maybe you want to work with them. The worst that could happen is you learn tons. And so I say take that risk to sign up or do a free consultation if you have the opportunity.
Yeah,
That's
this
what I
is
would say.
awesome. Yeah, no, totally. It's winning all around. So, yeah,
Yes,
and those are really easy actionable steps too. I think it's possible to get those done in an afternoon. So,
absolutely. 5 minutes, sign up. It's easy.
thank you so much for this information. Where can people find you online if they want to read your amazing content or find out more about you?
You can go to my website, heytiffany.com. You can also just send me an email, tiffany@heytiffany.com, if you have any questions. If you do want a free, for your audience, I'm going to offer 5 free. The first 5 people who contact me get a free 30-minute consultation session. I'll offer that, giving you guys a chance to actually take this step. Tiffany@heytiffany.com. You can just send me an email.
That is awesome. And thank you so much for offering your consultancy to my audience. I hope everyone takes you up on that. Well, at least the first five.
The first 5, get in fast. Get
Yeah.
in fast.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Of course, thank you, Kat. It's wonderful to talk to you as always.
Aw, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Tiffany shared some absolutely awesome tips with us today. To get notes and links from today's session, you can do so at catlove.com/session10. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.